Welcome to TuTube's Exam Tips for Teens. Now, every year, lots of students don't quite get the points they need to get into their courses, but there are plenty of other options and routes they can go down to get into that perfect course. And I'm joined here by Guidance Councillor Aoife Walsh. And you're, of course, you're going to share with us some of the advice, some options that are available to students.
Absolutely.
So you don't always have to go straight into university.
Not at all, not at all. There's loads of different options for every student out there. We have level 8s, which are our traditional university routes, and then we have level 7s, level 6s, level 5s, which would be shorter courses that can lead you into that university. And there's also lots of traineeships and apprenticeships if you want to just get straight out and start using your skills and learn on the job.
Yeah, tell me a little bit actually about those, because you can be earning money while getting educated at the same time.
Yeah, which is really good. For example, you have things like the Lidl traineeship program, where Lidl will actually help you go to college in Dublin Business School, and they'll have you working in the stores at the same time, with the idea of going on to be a deputy manager of a store in the future and working your way up through that company. You can also look at doing apprenticeships in the hospitality industry, in hotel and catering management, in professional cookery or restaurant management, where you're working and then attending colleges as well, supported by your employer to do that.
And you're just saying about level 6, 7 and 8. What's the difference between all of those different levels?
Okay, well, what happens is they've given a number to every qualification in the country so that you can easily see which one is higher or which one is worth more. So the higher the number, the better the qualification, but also the longer it takes you to get there. And obviously if you're going to study something for more years, you're going to know more about it than if you only study it for 1 year. So a level 5 would be 1 year, a level 8 is generally 4 years.
Okay, and so say you don't quite get the points that you wanted. How do you find out about these level 6, 7 courses?
Okay, so 6 and 7s you apply to through your CAO, and if you're planning on doing a level 8, you'll have already filled out a CAO. So you just make sure that you've also applied for level 6s and 7s on that form. There are separate applications, so they're not going to interfere with your degree choices. You should get an offer from them as well, and you can apply to up to 10. They're in regional ITs and Dublin ITs all over the country. So there's lots of options there, and most of them have add-on years where you can work your way through and up the levels as you go along.
And say if you went into a PLC course, can you get a degree in the same amount of time, or would it take longer?
It would take 1 year longer for a PLC, so you're starting at level 5, so it will take 1 year longer for that. And if you start at a level 6 in the CAO system, you can actually do it in the exact same length of time as you would have done had you gone straight into the level 8.
Okay, so say I've done my Leaving Cert, haven't quite gotten the points that I wanted. Is it too late for me to apply to those PLC courses?
The change of mind for the CAO is open until the 1st of July. So you still have a bit of time after your exams to get a few more level 6s and 7s down. If you leave it later than that, then your next option is to look at vacant places after the results come out. Any leftover places on the CAO will go up on the CAO website. You can have a look there, see if there's anything that interests you, and apply for it at that stage.
So literally just jam your CAO with all of these level 7 courses.
The more things you put down, the more they can offer you. If you only put down 1 or 2 things, if you don't get into those, then there's nothing else the CAO can offer you.
And say if I'm a student, and I might put you on the spot now, but say I want to do teaching, I haven't quite gotten the points to get into that course, what other options do I have?
Well, if you was secondary school teaching, you're going to start off with your degree in that subject. So if you haven't quite got into your degree, you can look at either doing a level 6 or 7 route, or you can go into a PLC and try and transfer into the university. If it's primary school teaching, then you might want to do an arts degree and transfer in that way. Most degrees now are fairly general rather than specific. That's the kind of theme there is. So you can get your general degree. It might be slightly different from the area you expected, but once you leave, you can do a postgraduate diploma in 1 year or a master's in 2 and get really highly qualified really quickly in a very specialised area.
And say if someone, you don't want to be online, you want to actually speak to someone face to face.
Absolutely. The first person I would talk to is a guidance counsellor in your secondary school or in the PLC college. If you're interested in going that route, they're always available if you give them a ring in. The next, it's August, you can always ring the guidance counsellor hotline after the results come out, and there'll be a guidance counsellor there ready to speak to you as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking to me. And as you can see, there's so many different options there for you, so not to worry, but the best of luck to everybody in their exams.